Today we're going to be trying out a new product that I had never used before, and they are soy chunks. I found these online on Amazon. I'll have them linked down below. I honestly was just kind of like Googling TVP and then this came up, or searching TVP and this came up. And then I was like, these sound pretty cool. We've never worked with them. I've never done anything with soy chunks before, and I was excited to try them. So yeah, they call them plant protein chunks, and they're just basically defatted soy flour. And the bag is a 1 pound bag. It's unflavored, but it says that it makes up to 3.5 pounds because we hydrate it. So just in terms of macros, in case you're curious, half cup dry, 28 grams is 81 calories, 14 grams of protein, 1 gram of fat, 9 grams of carbs, and it has 5 grams of fiber too. I was really excited to find this. I made some really delicious recipes with it for you guys. And if you've tried this before, let me know. Let me know. I did post about it on Instagram. And some people were like, no, I've seen this before and it's really cool. So, or they've used it. This was my first time. I really like it. I will definitely be doing more things with it. But if you don't want to buy another thing or you don't want to use it, you can obviously sub in for these recipes. Tofu, chickpeas, tempeh, seitan, like they're universal recipes. I just want to try some fun things with this. So I feel like it's a very good substitute for chicken, but I also am curious to try other things with it. But to me, it just kind of made me naturally gravitate more to substituting chicken. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed these recipes. Check this stuff out. This isn't sponsored or anything. I needed some fresh inspiration. So a new product I've never used before kind of helped me with that. And yeah, as always, the full rundown recipes are on the blog, plantifullybasedblog.com. Everything's in the description box down below that you want to know. I write out the ingredients for the recipes as well. And let's get into it. This vegan sesame chicken is super easy to make and it's perfect for weeknight dinners. So of course we have our soy chunks here. These are dehydrated and we need to rehydrate them. So we're going to add in enough boiling water to cover them. In the blog post, I say about 2 cups. It could be more or less depending on your bowl. And then just set that to the side for 10 minutes. Then we have our seasoning. So we have ginger powder, garlic powder, and sesame seeds. And I'm going to make this sauce in a jar. It's actually just going to make it super easy. I'm going in with grade A maple syrup and some low sodium soy sauce. And then we're going to make a cornstarch slurry. So all we're going to do is mix cornstarch and water together. This will help thicken and make our sauce into a nice glaze. And then we're going to add that into the jar as well. And then we're going to add in water. And this will just help to spread the sauce, make it nice and thin, because the cornstarch is going to thicken everything when it cooks. So we need a lot of liquid in there. And actually, I'll even end up adding in some more water. But then you can just shake it all up. So easy. Our soy chunks are hydrated, but as you can see, they take on a lot of water. So we're going to drain them and then pop them in a bowl. And then I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to really try my best to squeeze out a lot of liquid. Then once that is all done, I'm going to season the soy chunks with some salt and black pepper. And I'm going to toss that around and then we'll coat them in the cornstarch. This will help to obviously give flavor to the soy chunks, but it also helps to create a nice outside texture on them and helps them get golden and crispy. You could also use something like arrowroot powder flour, or you could use all-purpose flour. Always check out the blog post because I have tons of substitutions in there and other ideas. So now we're going to pop this into a big pan. I did lightly spray this with spray oil, but it's also a nonstick pan. So if you don't have a nonstick pan, add in a little bit of oil. And then I'm just going to let them cook for about 5 to 7 minutes on each side. Everything's going to get golden and beautiful. While that was cooking, I chopped up some scallion because it's going to be gorgeous on top of here. We need it as a nice garnish. And then at this point, the soy chunks were done. They're nice and golden. So we're going to add in the sauce, cook it up. I add in about half of the sauce, toss it around, and then I'll add in the rest of the sauce because the second it hits the pan, it's going to cool the pan down and it's going to thicken up. So we want to, not have all the sauce get sucked in right away. And that's why, though, you'll see that I'm adding in extra water as I go because it's just going to need it. The cornstarch really likes to make things thick, which isn't bad, but we want this to be saucy and glossy, and that looks perfect to me. So I'll remove it from the heat, and you could even see, even in that few minutes, how much more it sucked up the sauce, but it's good. It has lots of flavor. Add sesame oil and green onions, and it's so good. From there, I just like to add it all in a bowl and look at all that saucy goodness. That's exactly what we want. We can garnish this with more green onion and sesame seeds. You could even add some red pepper flakes if you like a little bit of heat. And that's it. So delicious, so easy, and so good. So I really wanted to try different ways of using these soy chunks. So next up, we're gonna make a white chicken chili. So I'm doing the same process of rehydrating the soy chunks. Then in a big pot, I did oil, yellow bell pepper, but you could do any bell pepper you want, garlic and onion. We're gonna bring that to the stove, let it start to saute over a medium heat. Then we'll add in the small white navy beans after everything becomes fragrant, some frozen corn. These were ready to drain out, so I drained them, and then instead of squeezing them out, I just put them in there this time. I was curious to see what would happen. Went in with some non-dairy milk. I'm using almond milk and some vegan Mexican style shreds, the ones from Daya, they're very good. Water, and then we went in with seasonings like garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder. Let this come to a boil and cook for about 30 minutes. It'll thicken up, especially the vegan cheese. It'll melt down and it'll help make everything really nice and thick. And this came out delicious. I have to say, I do really like them in a broth, a chili, a soup, you know, whatever you want to call it. It was so good. And I think they work really well here as a vegan chicken substitute. And I tasted it, tasted good to me, but of course, add in any extra seasonings that you want. We're all done, so it's time to plate it up. Super delicious and super easy. I know this time of year we're getting ready for salads, but it's been like unseasonably cold where I live. And this was nice because it's light, but also hearty and cozy. I topped it with some crushed tortilla chips, some vegan Greek style yogurt. This is actually parsley because I hate cilantro. I have the gene where it tastes like soap, and some pickled red onions. And there we go. Beautiful, delicious, light, but also super filling and really good. Finally, I wanted to try baking the soy chunks. So same process again, rehydrating, set it aside for 10 minutes. I added in a little salt to see if it would do anything, adding in flavor, but honestly, if it did, I couldn't taste it because of the buffalo sauce. So I don't know. We'll have to experiment another time with that. While those rehydrated, I made my protein pizza crust, which is just vital wheat gluten, all-purpose flour, baking powder, salt. You mix that all up, add in some apple cider vinegar and half a cup of water, and it's delicious, and it comes out so good and has 35 grams of protein right in the crust. I've actually already shared this recipe on the blog, but I wanted to use it for this recipe to make like a buffalo chicken protein pizza. So then I have my little, this is 1/8 of a sheet pan. I like it because it's very small, and I just greased it, and then I just spread this dough out on there. There might be some holes, there might be some gaps. Don't worry, it puffs up a lot when it bakes and it fills all in. So we pop this in the oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 minutes to start a pre-bake on it. Then our soy curls, or our soy chunks, are rehydrated, and I'm just going to drain them out again, give them a squeeze again, just like we did with the sesame chicken. And then I'm going to add a little bit of buffalo sauce and just mix and toss them all around just to start adding flavor to the soy chunks right away. And adorable, so cute. Our little pizza has a pre-bake going. So then we're going to add more buffalo sauce to the pizza. That'll be our sauce for the pizza recipe. Spread that out. And then once I got that spread out good and evenly, I will try to do my best to distribute the soy chunks all around. And then we'll just add some vegan cheese on top. It's a very simple, minimalistic pizza. But like I said, I just want to try baking these guys. I wanted to see what would happen. And again, I'm using the Daya, the Mexican style shreds here. I've really been liking them, made with the oat cream. It's very good. So I popped that back in the oven. 425 is still for about 20 minutes. While that was in the oven, I made a little vegan yogurt ranch sauce. So I have the Forager's Greek style yogurt, and then we have onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and dried parsley, a little water, and we mix it up and just mix it up. Get it to your preferred thinness. If you want it to be more drizzly, less drizzly, add in more or less water. Add in about a tablespoon of water at a time, and then you can adjust. And also give it a taste. And make sure you like how it's tasting, because that's the most important part. And this looked good to me. Our pizza came out of the oven. It looks beautiful and gorgeous. The soy chunks got a little bit crispy on the outside, which was really nice. I did more buffalo sauce on top. Then I did the vegan little ranch that we made. And then I just need something green on there. And scallions work really well on here. So scallions went right on top. Cut it into as many pieces as you want. I usually do 8. I don't know why I did 6, but I think it was just because there was a lot going on, and I knew if I did 8 slices, these were going to be heavy pieces to eat just because there was so much on top of there. But This looks amazing and it was so good and so delicious. And I really enjoyed it. I used to love buffalo chicken pizza and I loved how small the pieces of chicken were. And these were perfect as a substitute in there. So good. So I hope you enjoyed these recipes. I hope they help you out. Now we had some fun with soy chunks, and let me know if you've tried these out, and I'll see you soon with more recipes. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.